Welcome to another Dreadful Side Quest where we dive into some of the world's strangest and funniest topics and or stories. My name is Vlad and today we're going to be diving into some of the internet's worst trends of all time. So we've all heard about these trends. We've heard about the Tide Pod Challenge, the Cinnamon Challenge.
Here you go.
I will never understand why people decide to go through with those challenges. Sometimes when a trend arises, people lose their common sense and decide to hop on that trend and a lot of the time it can end up killing the person who is partaking in this trend. Usually I would feel compassion for people dying, and I mean I still do in a way, but at the same time, if you're partaking in any of these challenges, you're pretty much just mentally dead. You're stupid, you're dumb. And there's not much more I can say about it. But despite what I think of the mentally challenged out there doing these things, let's begin. Now, this first one isn't really a trend or a challenge or anything like that. It's actually about furries. That's right, people dressing up as wild animals, sometimes even going as far as to act like the animal they're dressed as. I'm sure you've seen them walking around the streets or maybe at conventions or maybe even at the grocery store. Don't know if any of that food's sanitary to eat after they've handled it, but whatever. It's terrible, it's an outbreak, it's a disease. Listen, I know I'm coming off strong right now and I'm just hating on every single one. I'm not trying to generalize necessarily. I will say there's furries out there who are nice. I've run into a few nice ones at conventions. Sure, I'll never understand why the hell you dress up like that in your mid-30s, but you know what? If you're having a good time, you're having a good time. No, not them. We're gonna be talking about the ones I do have a problem with. So there's two different types of furries. There's the fursuit furries that dress from head to toe in this big, enormous, like, fursuit of an animal. They're probably dying in there. They're probably suffocating in there, so I don't know how on earth they can stand to do that. But normally, those tend to be the nice ones. Now, the ones I have a problem with are the ones that just put on their crappy little set of ears, one of those tails that they either clip onto the back of their pants or they shove up their ass, and they just take to the streets with it, and they act so obnoxious, so loud. They're hopping around like an animal. I actually saw a young adult lady the other day, just at a park full of kids, hopping around like she was a fox. I'm not joking. I cannot exaggerate this to you. It was terrible. It was a sight to see. I didn't know if I should just walk away and say nothing or if I should just pull out a shotgun. Just like holding a cigar in between my fingers. Got him. I'm joking, that was a joke. But if you want to act like an animal, you're gonna get treated like one. I don't know what people expect. Now, it's those kind of furries that make it everybody's deal when they decide to go out and just be themselves. Newsflash, you ain't a fox, you ain't a rabbit, you ain't a bear, you ain't a damn chicken. I don't care what you are a human. Act like it. If I was your parents, I would be mortified to take you on camping trips, because if you're out there hiking on a trail, dressed like that, you're gonna get shot. Some hunter's gonna mistake you for a deer or something and just go dead on the floor. Parents devastated. Your mom's over there on the ground crying.
Why'd she have to be a furry?
Wondering why you couldn't be a normal kid. It's obscure to me. It is obscure to me. I'll never understand it, but I also just want to clarify something. So if you're maybe just like a little boy or girl, maybe from the age of, who knows, 5 to the age of 11, maybe 12, that's acceptable. You know what? We've all pretended to be animals when we were little. That's like normal children's stuff. It's just when you start to get up there, you know, you finish high school, you move out of the house, mom and dad are no longer your caretakers, and you're still choosing to go through with these things, that's when I'm a little bit scared. My friend had a furry run up to him, barking and growling at him like an actual dog. I wasn't there for it, but he took a video and he sent it to me. And do you want to know what I told him? I told him a story. Yes, it's another one of Vlad's famous stories he tells in the middle of a video. Get used to it. If you're gonna watch a Dreadful Side Quest episode, you're gonna have to get used to this. This one time I was out walking my dog and this feral dog came up to us and started growling. He was gnashing his teeth. He looked like he was about to attack both of us. So I picked up a stick and I started bam, Bam, I didn't hit the dog. Let me rephrase that. I did not hit the dog. I started thrashing the stick back and forth. If he would have lunged at me, yeah, I would have hit that damn dog. So I texted him back and I was like, pick up the closest stick to you. They want to act like an animal? Treat them like an animal. Nah, see that kind of crap, if you come up to me and you're growling at me or barking or making all sorts of obscure noises at me, you're either gonna get punched in the face, kicked in the crotch, or you're absolutely gonna get maced, because most of the time when I go out, I have some form of self-defense on me. When people have bad reactions towards furries, all the furries are like, we're just trying to be ourselves. Why can't you just let us be us? Because you're making it a problem for all of us. You keep your bullshit to yourself. Don't bring that into my life. I don't know why this next one's a thing. The pass out challenge. That's right, you heard it. People suffocating on purpose. What a fun game for the whole family. Now, this trend actually took place in the early 2000s, say 2005.
Go to sleep. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Ricky, what the fuck?
This dangerous trend involved young people intentionally cutting off their air supply to experience a brief, high, or altered state of consciousness. What is the world? Several children and teenagers have died or suffered brain damage from the choking game. In 2005, a 12-year-old boy in California died after playing the game with friends. Other incidents followed and authorities began warning about the risk of asphyxiation, brain damage, and even death. My question is, why did this not come to a stop earlier? Like, how did people not notice this, I guess? Normally when kids partake in these trends, it's at school or when they're at play dates at each other's houses and stuff like that, especially if you're 12 years old. And I don't know how the parents didn't get a load of that quicker. A mom walks into the room and her son's friend Billy's strangling him.
Oh, look at them. They're just having so much fun. Let's take a picture. That's tragic. Again, I feel bad these people died, but at the same time, it's really hard to feel compassion for somebody who is intentionally suffocating themselves, you know? Like, if you're gonna put yourself in that position, maybe you deserve it. I don't know. I don't know. Oof. This next one is a little bit harsh, so I will say viewer discretion is advised. It is called the Blue Whale Challenge. And of course, this originated in Russia. Where else would it originate? But basically, Russians were taking the concept of and turning it into a challenge. The Blue Whale Challenge was an internet phenomenon that encouraged participants to complete a series of self-harming tasks over 50 days, ending with a final directive to commit. The Blue Whale Challenge led to numerous suicides worldwide, particularly among adolescents. Several deaths in countries like India, the UK, and the US were linked to the challenge. In response, social media platforms began monitoring and removing content related to the challenges to prevent further harm. That's so outrageous. That's terrible though. That is god awful. I mentioned this in the last video. It's one of those moments where I'm stuck. I don't know what the hell to say. If you're doing this, goddamn, I don't know what else to say to you. Next, we have the face slapping challenge. Why are like all of these originating in Russia? This one also originated in Russia. You know, here in America, we also kind of have a slapping game, except we don't use our hands or our fists. We use tortillas. I don't know if you guys know about that. You basically smack each other in the face with tortillas. First person to laugh loses, all that bullshit. Actually, I don't even know if that's the actual challenge. I've never done it myself. This challenge involved participants slapping each other in the face as hard as they could to test endurance and bravery. In 2021, a young boy in Russia died after participating in a face slapping contest. The challenge, which gained traction on social media, led to multiple instances of hospitalization due to severe injuries, including concussions and, of course, fractures. Okay, this doesn't sound like a challenge that anybody would willingly go through with. I think this young boy had beef with another kid who just decided to beat the shit out of him, starting at his face, and when the kid died, the other kid who just murdered him was like, oh, it was a challenge. It's a challenge that we do for fun. Haha, silly games. No, that can't be real. That can't be real. Like, first slap,
Oh, that alone hurt. See, first slap, I would have been out. No way could you go through with that. I think it was just a plot. Me sitting here being a conspiracy theorist. Oh, I forgot about this one. So y'all remember the movie Bird Box that came out in what, 2018 or something like that? Well, a challenge was made out of that and it ended so unbelievably poorly. Actually, what the hell? It was completely believable. If you're doing this shit, of course bad stuff's gonna happen. But basically the gist was you would have to blindfold yourself. You couldn't see anything and then you had to do a series of events or go through a variety of obstacles and get to the finish line, and that was the challenge. Some people decided to take it to the extremes though. In 2018, a woman decided to put on her blindfold, hop into her car, and just take off down the road. Not only did she crash, surprise, surprise, but she crashed into a police vehicle. Like, how do you explain that to a police officer? The police officer pulls up to your window and you're just blindfolded? Like, how do you explain that? Ma'am, are you aware you were driving with a blindfold on? You just completely totaled my car.
Officer, are you saying because I'm a woman I can't drive? I will have you know that just because I'm a woman, it does not define what I can and can't do.
And then she just floors it and takes off. I couldn't find an actual blindfold for the bit, so what you see is what you get.
Anyway, do not walk around blindfolded. Yes, I just said that. So the tweet even reads, I can't believe I have to say this, but please do not hurt yourselves.
Now here's one that I've also never heard of. It's called the eyeliner challenge. I'm not too sure what that might signify. I can't see how dangerous eyeliner could be unless you like get it in your eye, but then it's just painful. It's not deadly, I guess, but we're gonna find out. This challenge encouraged users to draw extremely thin, intricate designs on their eyelids or use eyeliner in extreme amounts.
100 layers challenge. 1 layer, 10 layers, 20 layers, 30 layers, 40 layers, 50 layers, 60 layers, 70 layers, 80 layers, 90 layers, 100 layers. Please send help.
Okay, all right, I'm starting to pick up on what they're putting down. Though seemingly harmless, the eyeliner challenge resulted in several cases of eye infections, including corneal abrasions, as participants used unsafe substances or contaminated applicators. A woman in the UK suffered severe damage to her cornea after taking eyeliner off of a homeless woman. Soon after, she was taken to the hospital and lost vision in her left eye after using the contaminated eyeliner. Were you that desperate for eyeliner for this challenge that you just went up to the homeless and stole from them? Because listen, if I was homeless and I had eyeliner, I wasn't just gonna give that up. That's my last piece of beauty I had, so I'm just putting assumptions out there. But regardless, you're an idiot. You get what you get, you know? But following up that, we have the Kylie Jenner lip challenge. Y'all remember this back in like elementary or middle school? People used to take water bottles, stick them on their mouths and suck into it as hard as they could until their lips were like basically sucked into the water bottle. They would then take the bottle off and their lips would be thick and fat as hell. Now, a lot of people were doing this just for the purpose to have bigger lips over time, because apparently if you did this enough over time, your lips would start to stay the consistency and the thickness of the challenge, or what was going on during the challenge after you finished. I don't like that, like big lips like that. It kind of freaks me out. It just looks like you have two big fat fucking hornworms on your mouth. Many individuals, mostly teenagers, ended up with severe bruising and permanent damage to their lips, teeth, and gums. In one case, a 15-year-old girl from the US required surgery after her lips became infected and swollen and full of pus. Yeah, let's hope that went away. Oh, I just made myself sick imagining that. That's disgusting. I hate that so much. Okay, so I've gone from kind of like, haha, this is a little bit concerning, to what are you guys doing? And now I'm genuinely pissed off at this next one, because who the hell is doing this? Who? Even the kids in this next challenge are old enough to know that if you do this, you're is hell. Yeah, I said the word. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what else to call these people. If you're doing this, that is what you are. This challenge encouraged people to pour boiling water on themselves or others to experience a reaction.
So today I was nominated to do the hot water challenge. So you know me, I'm of course gonna do it. Boiling up pretty nice. I don't know if you can see all the steam, but okay, so our water is boiled to temperature I was nominated, so here we go. I got a better challenge. Further your education. Get a GED. Get a college diploma. Get a better job. Leave an abusive relationship. Read a book front to back.
The only reaction you're gonna get to that is screaming and flailing because they're dying basically, or they're getting 3rd-degree burns. Nah, see, just when I'm pouring tea in that little singular drop that comes out of your cup and onto your hand, I'm like, ah, damn. So if you're over here pouring boiling water on your friends, I actually don't know what to tell you. The things I want to call you, but I can't because I'm putting this on the internet. Several injuries and even one death were reported after people engaged in a hot water challenge. In one 2017 case, a 15-year-old boy was severely burned when his friend poured boiling water over him. The boy was hospitalized with 3rd-degree burns. Really blew my mind there. And last but not least, we have speeding for social media. I'm sure you guys know about this one. Not only has it gone from a challenge, from a little thing that happens on social media, to a whole entire thing of its own now. People are live streaming this on Twitch, on YouTube, of them absolutely speeding down an extremely busy highway as fast as they can, obviously breaking the law, just to try to get their shitty little views, you know? It is so unbelievably stupid. It is so unbelievably dangerous. If you're doing this, I'm not wishing death upon you, but say you do get into a very severe crash and die, which has happened a lot, maybe you deserve it. This trend involves participants intentionally driving at dangerously high speeds while recording videos for social media. In 2018, a young woman was killed in a car crash while attempting to film a speeding challenge with her friends. The crash occurred at over 100 miles an hour. The ill, that's who we're talking about, y'all. The ill. This trend has caused a disturbing rise in car accidents, especially among young drivers. And you see, not only are these assholes out on the road doing this, but they're influencing an entire other generation to also do this. Our generation's already cooked anyway, but I mean, this ain't helping. Stupid kids with your skibbity toilet and your Riz maxing skibbity. I don't know what the people like anymore. I've lost it. I've lost myself. But that's where I'm gonna end the video. I thank you all for watching. I also wanted to thank you for one more thing. The last 2 videos I posted have been doing very well compared to all the others. You guys have actually been engaging, you've been liking, you've been commenting, and I cannot thank you enough for that. It is a big step up for me. I'm still a small creator, but I just got so much positivity in my last 2 videos, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. I know this video was cut short a little bit. I have been studying for a specific job I'm going for, so I've been trying to focus a lot of my time on that. But you know what that means? I'm just gonna push out another video for you guys sooner. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned how stupid the world can be. How you really gotta put on your little seeing glasses and look around, see who's a little bit sketchy, see who might influence you to do one of these challenges. And if you've already partook in one of these challenges, well, I've got one thing to say to you. You suck, you're a loser. You get what you get, bitch. But I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.